Bitsy, you can't come down the street. What are you doing? She always does this. She follows me for a little bit wherever I go. Nope, she's decided to stay. Look at this little girl. She's been sitting here and tapping me on the leg because she wanted some crumpets with peanut butter. You can't get any, I've eaten them all. I've eaten them all. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. I've just been sitting here on the computer doing my dad's work. If you don't know, I do his admin work for his immigration business. But yeah, I've just been doing that. I feel really, really tired and drained, and I have the worst headache. I've just taken a Nurofen. Sorry, this is not like the best second vlog of December. But I just feel really spaced out, and I think it's because, number one, it's that time of the month, and I always feel like this when it's that time of the month, like really drained, tired, headachy, a bit like foggy, all that sort of thing, foggy brain. But also, like, I haven't had that much sleep the last couple of days, and I think it's like catching up to me. And that's kind of like partly my fault. Because I just go to bed way too late, but also having my period makes me, I don't know if anyone else gets like this, but it makes me really, like wide awake. Like I struggle to sleep when it's that time of the month. It's like my brain decides to be more overactive than it normally is. I hope you're more awake than I am and you're having a beautiful day. I'm going to do some paw painting. That always makes me feel really relaxed and centered. So, I'm going to do some painting on some jars. You can see that. Just cooking some tofu and some veggies. So I thought I needed like a really good wholesome meal when not feeling very well. So this should do the trick. I've also just made some miso soup in my Christmas cup. This is the end result of my lunch, my late lunch. Doesn't look that appetizing, but it is really nice. It's got avocado, veggies, tofu, some vegan mayonnaise, hemp seeds, and that's it. So delicious. Probably gonna fart all night long because that's what happens when I have tofu. Hi guys, so it's a little bit later from my last clip. I'm about to do some painting. I've set up my little area here. Some paw painting. So basically, if you don't know what paw painting is, look it up online. I know there are many different techniques on how to do this, but I found something that works for me. So it might not be the right way to do it, but it works. So I really, really enjoy this. I basically make paw painting jars and bottles for my online store. So just to give you a little sneak peek, they look like this. Some come with lids, some come without. All different funky colors, stuff like this. And then, yeah, basically I'll explain a little bit about how the process works, but I do all the paw painting and then I spray like a shiny finish over the top. And yeah, some come with lids, some come without, some come in pairs, some come on their own. They're all different. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I've got about 4 jars to do, maybe more. So yeah, I just thought this would be something really nice and relaxing to do. I have also prepped a wooden canvas over there and just a tiny little one just because I had it. I prepped them both, even though I probably didn't need to do the canvas, but I've just used the stuff anyway. It's basically like a, what would you call it? Is it like a varnish? No, primer. A white primer that I was told to put on the wooden canvas. so that it all sits on there nicely, because sometimes the wood can soak in the paint or something like that. I'm not really sure. So I've done that. I didn't have a paintbrush because I don't really use paintbrushes for these pour painting jars or anything. And I threw out a bunch of paintbrushes that were just like gross and like just weren't right. So I had to use a little spatula thing to put on the paint, but it worked well. It's just a primer anyway. That canvas is actually for a Christmas present. But yeah, anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna mix all my paint. So basically you just get a bunch of cups and glass cups, whatever cups you have lying around. I have some like old coffee cup ones. And you mix up all your different paints, so you can use as many paints as you like. So for example, I might do like a purple paint in here, and then in another jar, I might do like a pink paint. So you do them all individually. So you put the amount of paint that you need in a cup, and then you put in a little bit of pouring medium. I don't measure, I just kind of squirt it in there and like, just go, yeah, that's good enough. But yeah, pouring medium, this is quite expensive. You could probably get cheaper ones or make your own. I'm not really sure. This is the one that works for me the best. I've used others and they don't work as good, and this one works really well. So I just continue to go with the one that works. So you put in a little bit of that, and you also put in a little bit of water as well. So it's kind of like thirds of everything. Third of the paint, third of that, and a third of water. I kind of just like wing it, mix as I go along. You make all your different separate bits of paint, and then you get another cup and you basically pour each bit of paint into the cup. And they sit on top of each other. The pouring medium allows it to just like not sink into like, it makes it so it doesn't mix all the colors together. They just basically sit on top of each other. So when you pour it out onto something, it makes this beautiful combination, and you never know what you're going to get. And also the inside of those jars look completely different because, as I said, they sit on top of each other. So yeah, you just never know. You might put in a color, like you might put in the color purple, and then when you actually pour it out, it's not even there, but it's on the inside of the jar. It's really beautiful and strange, and I just love it. So yeah, there are plenty of other people out there that do pour painting. That's how I found out about it on YouTube. And I decided to put it on a jar once because I had leftover paint from doing a canvas, and I put a little plant in it. Actually, let me go and get it and show you. Oops, sorry. And then I was like, this is actually a really good idea. Like, I'm gonna make more of these. And then I decided to open my online store and I put it on there. So I'll show you the very first one that I did, which is like my favorite. I don't even know what kind of colors I used, but look at that. That was my very first one. It was just all leftover paint from doing pour painting on a canvas. And I put a little plant in it that is thriving and going really well. So, and it's got no hole at the bottom of it, but that plant seems to be thriving. So I only spray it with a little bit of water every second day. But yeah, so you can do things like that with it, or you can put whatever you want in the jars. So I've mixed all my colors together. So I've got like a pink, purple, green, white is always good. I always use white in all of my combinations because it kind of like separates some of the colors. And then a gold. The gold sometimes has a little bit of bubbles in it, so I have to get some alcohol spray to put in there to get rid of any bubbles, air bubbles. But this is the color combination I'm working with. I'm gonna do this on a couple of bottles and see what we get. This always takes a while to mix all the colors. Literally takes like 10 minutes to always like mix all of them. But also they should be at like a consistency where it's like quite runny. I don't know if I can show you. See how it's like quite runny? You want it quite thin, not too thin where it's like there's no paint, but thin enough for it to all kind of run smoothly into each other. So as you can see, it's a very messy process. I always get on myself. But yeah, you have to pick up, like, even when you're doing it on a canvas, you have to pick it up and kind of move it like this so the paint moves. So it's not just the jars that make it a messy process. It's like whenever you're doing pour painting, it's pretty messy. You could wear gloves, but I don't know. I just do it without. So yeah, I just have to pick them up and like move the paint around so the paint doesn't all sit at the top. But I'll show you what they all look like. The purple and the blue is like predominant in this color combination. I always notice that the purple and the blue, did I even have blue? No, I didn't use blue. What the hell? Well, I guess like the purple and the green is very prominent. I was hoping more of the pink would come through, but it has. It's just like little hints of it. Even though I've used the same colors, they all come out different. Like even this one at the back, there's like a lot of the gold has like come through in some sections to where like some of the others have more like pink coming through. So yeah, I'll show you like now, but then I'll show you better when they're dry, probably tomorrow, because they just take overnight to dry. And then I'll spray them with a clear gloss. So yeah, I'll show you when they're completely dry, because then you'll be able to really see the colors. This is what they look like here. My phone quality isn't the best. But yeah, as I said, they'll look completely different once they're dry. So yeah. They're looking very green and purple right now, but when you get real close, you're able to see all the different colors. I like it a lot. So I've now done this little canvas. How cool does that look? So many amazing colors. So I've kind of figured out that like, if I want more of the pink to come through, I have to not put so much purple in, because it kind of dominates everything. So yeah, I really like those colors. I still love all of these. It's just that I really would have liked to have had some pink in there, but they will look good once they're sprayed for sure. I'll definitely be making some more jars with a bit more pink in it. I also did this one. I don't know if you can see it properly. Has some white in there, some green, some purple and pink. But yeah, just a massive big mess now. I almost forgot to end my vlog. I'm going to sleep now. I did my painting. I'll show you tomorrow what the end result looks like. I actually stuffed up one of the bottles because it fell over. And I ended up washing it off and starting again. So I made it like a fully pink one. So yeah, Anyways, I'm so tired now. Just gonna go to bed. I'm already in bed. I'm gonna go to sleep. My head is still pounding, and I've been just lying here after I painted. I had a little bite to eat because I wasn't really that hungry because I had a late lunch, and then I've just been like in and out of sleep, kind of. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Rosie's ready for Christmas. Rosie, you ready for Christmas? Merry Christmas.